with part 2 from we're still working on the Shibata set 2, and we've got up to pushing waves, so we're going to do Flying Dove. Flying Dove, I think everybody knows it, so we'll just go straight from Wuji, weight onto the left leg and get into the bow stance as we bring our hands around and body forward, just bringing, and we're opening up. So this is the Flying Dove, and we're moving the shoulder blades more than anything, so driving the force from our shoulder blades and then retreating as well. That's not actually as easy as it sounds. So we'll do 3 on that side, I think that was 3. And then on the other side as well, remember it is your shoulder blades that are driving the movement here. Flying Dove spreads its wings. And come back to Wuji. And we take a wider stance for number 14, which is punching in a horse riding stance. So take a horse riding stance and stretching out, make soft fists and draw them in to your waist. And then starting with the left, aim for an area just below your nose, back. And you can go up and down into your horse riding stance, and we are breathing out. Breathe in, upright, breathe out, go down, breathe in, upright, breathe out, go down, and so on. I think that was the 6. Flying Wild Goose. So from Wuji stance, and with our arms, we imagine that our arms and hands, this is Flying Wild Goose, our arms and hands have imaginary wings which are very much longer and more billowy, I don't know what the word is, billowy. So that when we go up onto our toes, we really reach up and stretch our torso up. We're going to do 6, so that's 3. Breathing nice and evenly, and not necessarily too deep, so we're just allowing the breath to relax there, hardly thinking about the breath. Just do not hold your breath, just let it flow. We'll make this one the last one, I can't quite remember. And number 16, turn like a flying wheel. So we start by imagining that there is a tube or something that we sit inside and feeling the edges of that. Now you can just do it this height, so stretching your fingers, just trailing them around an imaginary tube that you're inside, a glass ball, like those tumbling glass, I don't know what they're called, but they're made of perspex, and you get in them and somebody rolls you down a hill. That kind of a thing. Lovely smoothing out inside of this ball tube. Turn like a flying wheel. And I think that is pertaining to the firework that spins around. So that kind of thing, so we're full of energy and we are turning. So we've come to number 17. So from Wuji, we are stepping and bouncing the ball. So you can do alternate, so it's right hand, left leg, or you can do same side. I quite like the same side one because it sort of feels, for me, that feels like puppet hands, like the string is pulling the leg and they are working in conjunction with each other. And we do this to strengthen that connection, strengthen all of those nerves that are making this movement possible. So if you don't feel like putting your knee in the air, you can do that just with your heel rising, just to let you know that. And we move to the last movement, which is a balancing movement. So we just go back to lifting the chi and allowing ourselves to settle into that nice space, lifting the chi. Settle down. Having done that, we can just for a moment either stand with relaxed arms facing into your thighs, or just take this stance where your thumbs are interlocked and place it over the lower dantian just for a moment. You can think through in your mind all those connections from your brain into your nerves and how each nerve runs along each limb, the clusters of nerves that go to your heart, your liver, your lungs, the kidneys, all of your small organs, the pelvic area, your elimination system, your legs, your feet, your toes, even your nose. We just take a moment just to think through, and you can just use your mind here just to imagine these nerves just running freely through the whole body, making all the connections that we need, and feeling positive and strong about how we nourish ourselves, the food and the thoughts and the time that we take to look after ourselves. It's all part of nourishing. Okay. Sorry, I had to have a drink. Yes, so when I come back from my travels, I'll be all ready to start with piecing together what we know of Tai Chi 16 and the section that we've been learning. I think you know it all really, really well. The Tai Chi 16 beginning, let us do let's do the beginning, okay? So we haven't done this for ages, but it is 2 steps. So we go from Wuji and we lean into the right foot, lift left foot, stretch it out and go into the bow stance and let the weight come forward. Let the weight go back. And then this is the bit that's different. We let the weight come forward again and we bring the back leg in just a touch, like the instep. Sorry, you can't see me. I'm going to go back a little bit, so we'll do that again. So from Wuji, lean into the right leg, lift left leg and stretch it out, heel to the ground into bow stance and let the weight come forward, all the way into the front foot. Let the weight go back, elevate front foot. Let the weight go forward and this time bring the back leg into the instep because the next move is going to be to the right. So let all the weight come down on your left side. Lift right leg and straighten leg in front of you, heel to the ground, wherever that's comfortable, and weight forward, trying to keep your torso nice and upright. Weight forward, weight back, weight forward, and bring your foot into your instep again. That is the parting of the wild horse's mane. So that's the foot movements of the parting of the horse's mane. So go back to a position where you can step forward 2 steps, because we're going to go left and then right. So with our hands, we do the anti-clockwise with the left hand. It comes to rest under the belly button. Anti-clockwise with the right hand, it comes to rest holding the ball over the navel. We take the weight to the right, we lift left leg, we embellish, straighten leg and stretch into the parting of the wild horse's mane. Now we're going to go weight back, turn the hands to face each other, and as if you are squashing a ball together, squashing them into a ball, you bring the weight forward and bring the ball into place. We now have the ball in the centre, but we want it more on the left because we're going to step to the right. So we lift, embellish and heel straight to the ground, lengthen, parting the wild horse's mane, come back and this time squash the ball as you come forward and into instep again. Okay, so if we are beginning, let's go back to that again. I wonder if it would help if you saw it from the other way. So if I stand here, I think this might be okay. So weight onto the right leg, anti-clockwise with the left hand and bring that to stop under the navel. Anti-clockwise with the right hand and bring that to make the ball. The weight is on the right leg. Lift left leg, embellish and stretching out, part the horse's mane. The weight comes back, turning the hands, and then the weight goes forward, and this is where we squash the ball into the position in front of us. Weight to the left, lift right leg, embellish and stretch out, parting the wild horse's mane. Come back, turn the hands to face each other and then weight forward, squash the ball again. I hope that helped. You'll be able to replay it and see if it did. Okay, so we've made a start anyway on the commencement. That's we didn't do commencement, we just did the first move, parting the wild horse's mane. A little point, when you make the embellishment, it's like polishing a table, and if the right hand is on the top, then that goes anti-clockwise. If the left, sorry, is that right? Sorry. If the right hand is on the top, you go anti-clockwise. If the left, you go clockwise. Anti-clockwise. I think I'm getting a bit senile, confused. So follow the thumb. So it's the thumb that leads you. I think that's the best way. I think that was Maggie that told me that. So it's the thumb. So whichever side the thumb is, that leads you to that embellishment. So it's either that or that. And when you stretch and part the mane, so you've done the embellishment, this hand that is going to make the parting, you can sort of pretend it is a comb, if you like, and actually use that visual to sort of make the parting in the horse's mane. So you've done the embellishment, and then think of that as the parting as it travels down, and that one travels up. Then when you come to the next move, we turn our hands so that we're going to embrace a ball, but we're like that because we've parted the wild horse's mane. So we turn our hands and then we squash a tube down. And this, we come back to the ball there. Where can we go from here? Can we do, let's not go any further on that one for this week because I want to save that for when I'm back. So, what we can do at the end of here is what I wanted to do, what I've got on my list to do is the one that we started last week, which was the I think it was last week, could have been the week before, the embracing of the bear hugs and swims, basically. Because what I want to do is I want to do it forwards, and then I'm going to turn around and do it the other way, so that you've got both to watch. Okay, so if you're going to go forwards, I will need to come back. I think that will work. So, feet together, weight onto the right leg, and begin turning your hands so the palms are going to face forward. And as you lift your knee and stretch it out into bow stance, weights coming forward, the arms begin to make a wide and embracing movement. So it's all the way to the front, weights all on the front now, on the front leg, and then pivot back and bring the weight and the hands into body line, as it were. From here, we step into Wuji, moving the left leg. And now we're going to swim to the right. So weight onto the left, raising the hands and the leg. We're going to swim forwards as we step back all the way. When you come to this position, you will see that your right leg is at the back, and that is your guide. That is the right leg that is going to come up into this stance and we're going to squash the ball just like we did in that other movement. And if you want to, you can place your toe on the ground to balance there. If you can, dip down, all well and good, and come back into upright. This time we are going to step to the right and hug to the right. Real brain work going on here for me. Lift and stretching out, embracing and hugging yourself. And this is a really good one for embracing your own abilities. We're going to swim to the left, so we lift and swim to the left, half step back, left leg, and try to touch your hands at the back. Left leg is at the back. That's your sign as you come forward that your left hand comes up with your left leg. You make the ball shape and you squash down before you come into upright again. Okay, so as I said, I am going to do it the other way. Hopefully I will get it right. So without any dialogue, I'm just going to do it here this way. Ooh, loads of post. Of course, you can just keep on repeating that as a kind of moving meditation once you get into firmly what's happening there. So we have a few more minutes, and I'd like to just finish off with the down form, because this is especially when the seasons begin to change and we put our thoughts into change in a positive way. So nobody looks at a garden blooming and thinks, ooh. They always think, ooh. So that's what I want you to think about yourself. I want you to think, ooh. And with that in mind, when we practice the Tao form, we think about the way of life, so the way of nature, and our part. We are nature, so everything about us is nature. Of course, we have a brain, and along with lots of creatures of the world, we are human, and we have this kind of reluctance in us sometimes to not to balance. So I'm not saying we enjoy the lows, but it's something that we're really feeling, and we could be contrasting that to something which is quite level and not highly emotional, a balanced state. So what we would like to achieve is the and that is the up tone, or the up movement, if you like. So in your minds, I want you to think of the up, of all of the world, our world anyway, this side of the hemisphere, the springing of life, and even things that have gone down under the ground are starting to peep up. Things that you didn't think were going to actually regenerate this year. Some little spark, a little flower, whatever it is. So here we go with the Tao form, and I think I can, oh yeah, so hopefully I won't knock the pictures off the wall. So just take a few breaths to even our space. And we practice for our health and vitality, and we practice for continuation of this very positive place that we're in at this moment, at this very moment. And our body and mind doing the absolute best it can for us at this moment. And we live in this moment. Body drop, change of weight, let the body lift, and around you just feel soft mist being parted and moved, and all the fluids in your body just being nicely smoothed around, smoothed down. Arms down. So breathe in, and as we breathe out, smooth along the surface of the imaginary bowl of water, and dip into the bowl and draw that energy into your being. Elbows reversed, body upright. Reverse the movement and lift, sink as you stretch forward, sink. On the up breath, on the in breath, bringing our thoughts into this positive place, positively energized for the day, for the hour, whatever it is. So there we have the Tao form, and hopefully over the next few weeks you will come back and have a look at YouTube, and if it is possible, I will send the messages on the Sunday night, depending on what I'm doing, Wi-Fi connection, all the rest of it. If not, I will see you all at the towards the middle of June, I think it's the middle of June. There'll be at least one in the middle of June, and then coming back probably more in July. So thank you all for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. It makes me feel very I don't know what it makes me feel positive that I am here in this space with you. So thank you all very much, and I will see you soon.